Welcome to my office. Come on in. If you guys are new here, my name is Chitra. I'm a business owner and a content creator. And in today's video, I'm going to show you a tour of my office. This works as our storage space, our workspace, where we ship out all of our orders, where we shoot all of our content, and we also have a studio here as well. We've lived on this property for about 2 years, and we've had some big plans for it. Some of them we've managed to execute, some of them we have not. And everything, I would say the place is still a work in progress. But for the next 1 year, my goal is to kind of finish off everything that I've wanted to do here. I guess I'm a little bit hesitant because it's a rented property and I'm always so hesitant to do big kind of renovation type of work when I'm not really certain how long we might be at a property for. I will tell you where that fear of mine kind of comes from later on, but let's get started with the tour. So this is kind of like the entrance room. As I go through, I'll tell you what the room is and kind of what our plans for the room are in the future, or what I'm kind of thinking. And let me know your thoughts down below if you have any better ideas. Right here is our entrance room, and I'm thinking that I want to turn this into a waiting room, or just a kind of a greeting room of some kind. We mostly use this door to enter our office, and it's not great lighting, so it doesn't work as a photo studio or anything like that. But I think it'd be a really nice space, when we have meetings, clients, models coming in, just to have them kind of an area where they can sit and chill before someone takes them upstairs, instead of them having just to wait around somewhere in the office. Let's head into the next room. This is another little room that we have in the office, and this has not bad natural light. There's a window kind of right in front of me over there, and then there's also an entrance door from our garden to walk in. I'm not going to show you guys the exact kind of layout or flow of the office just for security purposes, but just to give you guys an idea of how the office layout or what the kind of rooms we have. So also, I don't think I mentioned, this is a 2-story house, and we're currently on the 1st story, and then I'll take you guys up in a little bit. This room here, you guys might have seen it in a previous video where I did a mini studio tour, but this office here, I'm not sure if you guys can hear an echo either. This room we built to do photography reels for my small business, Funnily. We're currently rebranding that business right now, so we're not really shooting much, but this is kind of what the room looks like. We have this golden counter, which was actually from our original Funnily store that I had opened back in 2018, 2019. If you want to hear more about that story and that journey, I might do a separate vlog on it, but we don't have that store anymore. This was really expensive, this little counter thing here has gold paneling here, which is so hard to move, and this marble counter here. But so we just wanted to repurpose it. So what we sometimes do with our videos is that we have this black arch. Our branding, our colors for Funnily is gold, white, and black. So we have this black arch. We sometimes put our products here, and I could do a video here, or we do a little store kind of a setup here. My original idea was to set this area up into a little pickup station where customers could potentially come and pick up their orders, and just have it as a little decorated area where we could always be ready to shoot reels. And just because we've paused the business for rebranding, it hasn't taken off in that way. We have, I think if you watch that studio tour, you'll be familiar with this corner right over here. In this corner was supposed to be another little photo op little station. This 3-tier flower stand was actually when we used to display our flowers in a local European style grocery store that they had here. However, we used to have fresh flowers in this, and it just was not popular here, to pick up flowers at the grocery store. It just wasn't a thing. And I think we actually had it for a good amount of time, 8-9 months. Tried various different tactics. It was okay to get referrals in, but I felt most people that were visiting that store were already familiar with our brand, and we didn't kind of need that many leads from there, or the leads really didn't convert the way that we would think. These photos here are actually from a book, like with like botanical drawings and stuff that I picked up when I was in London, from the Kew Gardens. And then I just had removed all of the pictures and got them framed. They were originally in our like office where we all used to sit, but then I decided to just like get them done here for a nice like little photo kind of thing. It looks really nice in reels when this is all filled with flowers, and you can kind of like pick the flowers for the reel. I think my vision for this room right now, if the rebranding and everything for Chanceleur goes really well, is to get it properly set up as a little showroom, as a little pickup station, or else I think we might convert it into a shooting room for something for Curious Chitra, whether it's for our sit-down videos or it's like a podcasting interview or a live room or something. Or I do have plans to have like a little photo studio here with installations that other creators can come and like shoot photos. So this might be one of those areas. I'm not sure currently which direction that we're gonna go in. Let's go into the next room. This is a little in-between room. So the first room I showed you and the second room, this is the room that connects both of them. There are no windows in here, but there are like 2 doors, and we don't really know what we want to do with this room. Initially, we did think like this room and the other room, because it could be closed. It could be like a space that we rented out to somebody else. However, it doesn't have like the proper like bathroom facilities and things like that. For a while, it was just like a storage room, and it still kind of is. You can see like our bubble wrap from packaging. We have lots of like leftover air conditioning units. We also have lots of these photo frames that didn't get used up on that wall. I think, again, this might be another little photo shoot space. The only thing with it is that it's kind of like a tight space. So it's like there would not be a lot of space to kind of maneuver. So I have to kind of really think about that. Or if I do end up doing the showroom, it might just be a little extension of the showroom of some kind. I'm not sure about this one. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts on what I could do here without any natural light, and kind of like a closed space as well. I thought about doing some cool wallpapers and having like different photo spots, but just because it's so dark, you definitely need additional lighting, and I don't know, like big bulky lightings, if they're gonna cramp up the space even more. Let's head into our main workspace. Coming in to the main part of our office, something that I didn't point out to you guys before is over there, you can see maybe a little cart, and that used to be our cart when we used to go to exhibitions. We used to have like all of our flowers displayed there. It was such an expensive piece of thing to have made, and again, something that I want to repurpose into like a cool stand or something like that. Not sure what and not sure where in the office it would fit, but there's so many little things you guys can see that we have, that we've invested money in, that I want to like reinvest and make something cool. Leave all your ideas down below if you have any of them. Right over here, we have this green installation that our florist, Ravi, is putting together. If you follow me over on like Chanceleur on my page for a while, you'll know exactly who Ravi is. But we're practicing a little green installation here. I'm gonna do some cover photos for my Instagram. We have like a green and white theme going on over there. And since we have Ravi in the office, I thought like this would be a perfect opportunity for one, to get some like portfolio shots for our studio of like things that we can do, but then also, you know, build up my cover photo kind of thing. Over here, we have a little table, and it's like where you put your finger kind of print in. Only a few of our team members do this, just to do a check-in and a check-out. Those who don't work with like flexible timings and work on like come in at 10, leave at 6 kind of a mode. Here we have a few shelves. This is again the Billy bookshelves from IKEA, and this basically covers a window that we have behind this just to kind of block out any prying eyes. This sometimes feels like products that we have. So right now, like Ravi has made a few different things for clients to pick up and stuff. And then also if I'm ever shooting downstairs, we will fill this place up with the green props or any other kind of props, and I'll be shooting here. It's a much wider space and it goes a lot deeper basically. So it's like a little bit nicer to shoot, especially if you have a lot of props or something like that. Over this way is where we have all of the tables. The table configurations are a little bit different right now because this space right here in the middle, we wanted to shoot a lot of like top down reels right over here. Basically from the top floor you can look down, so it's like the perfect space to shoot like top down flat lay videos. Usually we have like desks all down the middle. However, we've moved some of the desks over to the side. I haven't sat in my desk for about 6 months since I left for the baby and stuff like that. So right now we have this like odd IKEA mirror setup because I was getting my makeup done here. And usually on these little boards over here, we just write like things that we have to edit, things to do, plans, just like little ideas and everything as well. These tables are the Linmon tables from IKEA. Plant, also from IKEA. Chairs, also from IKEA. Let me tell you, it was a struggle trying to find office things like that were good quality before IKEA existed. It was seriously a huge struggle. And I like this all white aesthetic because it looks nice when we do like BTS videos for my business. All right, so, and then this is obviously my stroller because the baby came with me to the office. She's currently fast asleep. Over here, we have another desk. Before, we had a few more team members in the office. Now, some people are working at home permanently. So we have like a few empty tables. But right now, this is where we just keep the printer and a few extra things. And behind me over here, we have the desks where everyone else sits. We have a configuration of like 5 desks and 1 desk for like extra little things. And we have like 4 or 5 team members here usually. Computers all set up. This is usually where our shoot team and our editors all sit, and they like to sit in a little group so it's easier for them to coordinate and plan things out. And over on this other corner here, we have Ravi's little desk where he creates his arrangements. This desk was actually like 4 times the size, but he just prefers like his little smaller setup right now. I think he's moved his desk to do some work in another room, but it used to be like this desk, but 4 of them. We just need a lot of space to make the arrangements and then also package all of the arrangements as well and not have like arrangements kind of get in the way of each other as well. So that's just a little bit of a smaller setup. Over here, you can see that we have a bunch of our camera equipment. Initially, it was all kind of like displayed like one by one, but it's much easier just to have things in kind of like these boxes and then also be able to carry everything upstairs to the studio room when things are in boxes. We also like to keep most of like the packaging that's there as well, just in case we need a warranty kind of issue or we need to get something fixed or eventually we want to resell something as well. We have a hair dryer here, so when we have shoots or I'm getting my hair done in the morning and I showered in the morning, at the office I'll come and blow dry my hair as well. This TV over here, not hugely used, but really nice to have when we're doing like flat lays on the floor over here or any kind of shoots here, and then we can have this TV to see what's going on. We probably do need some kind of a screen, maybe upstairs in the actual studio room. This actually was, I think, like my in-laws, like at their house, they're upgrading a TV and had a leftover TV that still worked really well and was functional. So I just was like, can I borrow this for a day? And a day turned out to be 3 years. So that's what we have over here, but not the best like color quality and stuff. It's a really old TV, but just handy to have just to understand the placement of things and not have to run to the computer, and then everybody can also see the screen as well. Let's head over this way and have a look at some of our inventory rooms. To backtrack a little bit, the space that I showed you right over here, I think there's not too many changes that I want to do with it. Those 3 Billy bookshelves that I showed you, I think I want to just we have like this old arch kind of shelves that we had in our shop or in our store for Chancellor. So I think I want to bring them back because they're currently in storage and kind of like rotting away. I want to bring them back and just give them like a fresh lick of paint or something. Somewhere in the office I want to keep them, and then maybe either have them to be white or have them to be pink, something exciting, and then have them here and like displayed with some products. I'm not sure if it's going to be downstairs, because if it's in this kind of area it's going to be like a working shelf, or if I'm gonna put it upstairs, because if it's upstairs, then we can kind of decorate it and have it be like a prop shelf or like use it for like photo shoots and stuff. So not quite sure exactly what the setup is going to be. But here, I think like I want to get our calendars back up. We used to have some calendars on the walls over here. On our tables, we used to have these boards where everybody used to be able to put their things. So maybe also get those set up as well and see what we can do. And maybe some I like having those green plants everywhere. So maybe we'll see if we can have some indoor plants that don't need sun or some faux plants as well. But like right now, this main area, it's like a working area. So it's not, I don't need it to be super aesthetic or anything like that, but I do want to have it be functional and neat and clean and minimal. Over here is where we have our storage rooms. Right over here, we have a bathroom. We have a storage room here and a storage room there. Let's check out this one first. Right over here is what used to be our main flower storage room. And to be honest, it does make me a little bit sad to see it so empty. To give you guys a little bit of a backstory, back in, around I think October of last year, we decided to close Chancellor for a rebrand. And since then, I'm still kind of working on the direction that I wanted to go in. And obviously it's really hard, like having a baby, having kind of two businesses that we're running already, plus trying to rebrand another business. But this room used to be filled with flowers, dried flowers, faux flowers, like our thorns, our preserved flowers. So right now, there was not an inch that you had to really shuffle through the room. So it does make me a little sad to see it so empty and so many of the shelves so empty as we try to kind of figure it out. A lot of the items that we have here, not these, but maybe things over here, they are going to be put on a clearance sale since we've had them for about 3 months or so. And we kind of just want to get rid of the stock and come in with some fresh new products. But on these shelves over here, these are not the Billy bookshelves, and they're just not as sturdy as the Billy bookshelves. I don't know which ones these are, but I don't like them. They have these drawers that will always continue to break. We have some flowers over here, and then I think, oh, I don't know what these are. Oh my gosh. These are some napkin rings that we made a while ago. I think we're gonna be putting this up on the shop page as well, for maybe just to kind of get rid of the stock. But yeah, I just really miss some of these things. This thing over here that we have is actually a little compartments, and we used to have this available in our shop. And then when people used to ask can we see this color, can we see this color, we could bring out this little tray. And it was, I love a little bit of color coordination and organization, and it just looked so good to kind of have that to display to people. We have right now on the shelf some products sent to us by brands for a shoot, some of our camera lens boxes and stuff. And then I think just some spare other little things here. Then we also have some of our faux flowers over there and some of our preserved flowers that we're using for some shoots, but will also be available for our clearance sale. On this side is where we have our thorns. So thorns was actually part of Chancellor, but I decided to kind of split the business and then just have thorns be its own kind of a brand. So right now here we have a bunch of our thorns hanging right here. We have the loose flowers here, and then as the orders come in, Ravi will kind of string them together and make these longer pieces as well. And then we have a separate stash that we use for all of the thorns that we use for our decor videos that we also do as well. So yeah, this place literally used to be in the middle, we used to have rows of flower boxes stacked up to the ceiling. And if you're a business owner who's kind of gone through this transition, you'll know exactly kind of my feels at this moment, because yeah, I miss my products. I miss working with products as much as I try to pursue my service-based business, which is my Reels online course, photography, videography, having a photo studio. At the end of the day, I miss working with physical products that I thought up, that we designed, that we sampled, that we make every day in the office, and that we ship out to customers. I truly really miss that. Let's go ahead and look at the other inventory room. This is another kind of inventory room, but where we store all of our packaging boxes. I'll show you guys on this side as well what it looks like. But again, this is something that used to be just filled from the bottom all the way up to the top with all of these like packaging boxes. We had so many different products that needed so many different little boxes. I think like one of my top recommendations would be like, if you're starting a new business, try not to stock up on these like different, like you're just tying up money with having like so many different product sizes and so many different shipping boxes. It was a little hard for us just because we had like really small flower boxes and then we had really tall flowers like pampas grass and stuff like that. So we needed to have a variety. But initially, like we literally, I think only had like 1 or 2 boxes that we were using, like these white and red ones. These were like, again, when I look at this, like one of the first things that I ordered, and I just like, when I look at these boxes, I am so reminiscent of like that initial business phase when I launched my business. But this is basically a white shipping box, which no one wanted to make for me. They only wanted to make these like brown shipping boxes. And then inside, it has this red kind of a color. It was such a pretty box and it was well made, and we have a few of them left now from like 5 years ago. This is another pro tip. It's like when you're starting your business, start with like small quantities. I think we ordered like 5,000 of these boxes and quickly learned that like this was too big for a lot of our products, too small for a lot of our products, and we only had like 3 or 4 products that could be shipped in this box. I think I'm gonna do a video on like products we tried to launch but then didn't. Here's another little box, another little planter that we tried to launch. And it's like this wooden kind of carved kind of a material. And this was supposed to be like a vase / planter. And this was like kind of when like this wooden kind of objects were really in, and this kind of like I don't know, the surface also was really in. Over here, we have like this envelope box that we launched when I think it was for our second Valentine's Day campaign. This used to be like filled with preserved flowers, and this was like such a popular little arrangement that we had. We had this one, and then we had a small size. On the opposite side, we have these more kind of boxes, shipping boxes, kind of stacked at the top. This again, like, is just at the top right here, but before it used to be literally floor. Right now, I don't have any big plans for either of these rooms because we're still trying to figure out what are we gonna do with all of this inventory that we also have. Probably one of the rooms we could potentially make, if there's like, it really depends on which direction we're gonna take the business in. If I'm gonna go full out into having a photo studio, then probably each of the rooms would be made into like a separate like shoot area. But also because this is downstairs and my team is working for a majority of the day, I don't wanna do like a lot of shoot or stuff happening here and where they are getting disturbed or, you know, it's bothering them throughout the day. I'm not sure if this could turn into like maybe a secure storage room for our camera equipment. We've also had ideas of having it as like a podcasting room. I also might save this for when the baby's a little bit older and have this as like a little playroom for her. So when I'm working outside, she could be close by. Not sure about this one yet either, guys, just because we don't know the direction of the business yet. But yeah, let's head on upstairs. Back to this main section over here. On this other side of the section, we actually have our kitchen and our lunch area. One idea that I did have for this lunch area here is I wanted to put these glass sliding doors to separate this area and our lunch area and have like the doors be opaque, where we could also use it as like a whiteboard for stuff or like put things up on there. That hasn't happened because the owner this time hasn't given us the permission to do that, and also just not something that we've invested time or money towards, but that would be my plan for that section. And I think then this area would be like really nice to have like as your office, and then like the lunchroom would be secluded and everybody could have a little bit of privacy there. We'll also have like this little storage cupboard where everybody puts their bags and stuff, and I think over there I just want to make it a little bit organized and have like, this is whose spot is what and where people can put things, and make sure that like just remove some of the clutter that's there as well. Let's head on upstairs. This staircase is like one of the things that I just love about this house. It is such like a stunning romantic staircase. We really don't use it enough in our videos just because we have our team sitting here and we'd have to move everybody, but this is actually just like such a stunning piece, like I think in the house, and it would just be so stunning to have it in videos. Let's head on upstairs. Welcome to the second floor of our office. My team tells me that this is actually the first floor. However, I consider the ground floor to be floor 1 and this to be floor 2. But this used to actually be a secondary room where we used to store a lot of our boxes. If you follow me on Instagram, I think 2 years ago, we rescued a small little kitten. She ended up having more kittens, and we got them all spayed, but the original cat and then a bunch of our other kittens ended up running away from our office, which is totally cool. We're not upset whatsoever, no feelings hurt. But then one of the cats still remains, and right now he is snoozing in his room. We have like a little ribbon attached because he's really smart and he'll open the door, but right now he's snoozing, so don't want to disturb him. Over here on this side, we actually have 2 more rooms. Over here, we have our 2 kind of doors. This space that we're kind of standing in here, like over this side is like the ledge where you can look down. This side is the stairs. And if we turn this into a photo studio space, I can imagine kind of this space being either completely clear, where people could shoot with the chandelier in the background, or we sometimes even think about turning it into like a little dining area setup where we could do like table styling reels as well. I'm not going to show you what's in this room. This room is actually, maybe I can get to it later, but this room is actually where we get ready. So if we have models and everything like that, it has a little couch where we get ready, a little makeup table. I want to make it into like a full kind of a glam room. Everything is still pretty raw kind of in there. It used to be a props room, and then it was the first cat room before we shifted her to that room. But then right now, this is where the baby is sleeping. Let's go into this room. This is our we don't know what to do with this, so put it in this room, okay? We just have like so much kind of storage, props, a bunch of stuff in here. This originally used to be the flower drying room. So with Chance Flow, we used to dry all of our own flowers. We used to get in touch with farmers, get the flowers from them, and then bring them back to our office and then hang them here. So over here, our device, our genius device for like making that all work was we had these laundry dryers things that like hang to the ceiling, and you can drop them down, and we used to hang our flowers on here. This was just like my crazy idea that I had, because we just didn't have enough floor space at the time, and this is how we used to just hang all of the flowers. We also have like these other laundry racks that you guys can see over there, kind of, that we also used to use. So we used to have flowers hanging on top and flowers kind of like in laundry kind of things on the bottom. And then it got to a point where we used to have so many dried flowers orders, and we used to run through them so fast that we had like from the top, we would have like one layer of drying and then another layer of drying and another layer of drying. It was crazy, I would say. Again, this room, it's become a storage room now that we're no longer doing dried flowers. That kind of trend has kind of really passed. I would say it was really big during COVID, I would say, but then now it's kind of passed. Not sure, again, what to do with this room, but because it is on the second floor and I really love this little like archway over here, I would love to turn this room into like a little photo shoot spot area. I don't know if I want to do the photo shoot areas based on like different rooms. So this would be a bedroom setup, or if I just want to go like all out and just have like crazy prints and just like installations and props where people can come in and just like shoot how they like. This room also here has a bathroom. Most of the rooms in the house have a bathroom except for like I think 1 or 2 of them, like most of this rooms like this. So it actually works out pretty well if we wanted to do something individual in each room, like the room opposite here where the baby's sleeping that I didn't show you guys. It also has this really big, like almost like a master bathroom in there with a bathtub and stuff. So that works out really well when people are getting ready. There's like plenty of space. Over here, we have a huge, large heart. This actually was from our second Valentine's Day. We did a pop-up at a cafe where we showed like all of our flowers, and this was filled with all these flowers, and it had like little ledges where we used to put our product. Cool little piece. Again, not sure what to do with it. Again, paid a bomb for it, so not sure where to put it. Like I said, we have like so many of these little pieces like this, and I really want to put them to use. You're gonna see it, guys. You're gonna see it unfold here. I'm gonna make this thing that I've been saying of this is gonna be a photo studio. I'm gonna use these props. I'm gonna make it happen. Let's go back out and see what it looks like. This chandelier is again one of my favorite pieces. I love like this setting. I wish the chandelier was a little bit higher so it wasn't hidden by this railing. But again, I can imagine this being just like this beautiful kind of photo spot, someone kind of leaning a little bit here. My main thing was like I wanted to have everything painted in white and then have like pops of stuff, so like a colorful sofa or like a colorful living room set or just a colorful room, but these main areas would be really neutral. So if a brand came in and they wanted to shoot here, they could really like envision what the space would look like with their brand. Instead of having my branding, which could be all green or all pink or all yellow, having a space where it was really neutral and the brand can bring in their products and have that shine and not be taken over by my kind of installations and things that I have happening. Back over here, we're gonna have a look at that area. So the chandelier's here, and then over on the side, we have a little bookshelf with all of the books that I've kind of collected over the years. We mainly use a lot of these for like a flat lay setup, and I think I'm gonna actually take them back to my home and not have them here anymore, just because we don't do that many flat lay shoots in the office anymore. And these books are really like precious to me because I have collected them kind of over the years. This book right over here, Mouthful of Forevers by Clementine von Radix. I don't know if that's her actual name or that's just like her print name, but it is a beautiful book if you can find it. I haven't seen it like be too popular, and I have it like all kind of like bookmarked here with like the poems and stuff that I like. Another book that we have is this How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh. I think in 2017, I really got into Lily Singh. She was still daily vlogging there. And this book, if you are like a social media person, manager, trying to make it in this world, I highly recommend this. A lot of the other like leadership business books that you're gonna read are like from the perspective of someone working in a corporate job or like they started a small business, not social media. I love this because she's a YouTuber and she kind of like is a social media star, right? So like, or even like now bigger than that. I bought these Preston Bailey books when I was getting married and I kind of wanted to see some of his designs. I have no idea why I didn't just go on Pinterest and why I bought this book, but there you go. Lots of flower books from when I was like really deep into my floristry kind of career and wanted to learn more. Now we kind of use it for references a lot as well. Internet router here, and then window, old desk. I'm gonna take you guys over to this side, just the opposite side right now. All right, just tied up my hair because on the top floor of our office, it actually gets like pretty hot. And as I'm like moving around, I'm getting pretty hot. This shelf, Billy bookshelf, guys, and filled with props and things. Sometimes I'll try to buy little bits and pieces that I think would look really nice as a prop. But then other times, maybe somebody has gifted me something or I've purchased something and I realize like, this would be a nice prop, or I purchased it and I didn't like it and it becomes a prop. So to give you guys an example, I think this is like an old Zara bag that I bought a really long time ago, and we used this as a prop. Never ever used it, and I learned my lesson that I'm just not like a Zara bags kind of person. I bought a few of them all at one time to take to events and stuff, and I never used it, and we used them so much as props, and I've just kept it like that here. Another, like we have like some old makeup products. So if I finish with a makeup product or I don't maybe use it anymore, I'll just bring it in here to use as a prop. This little lipstick here is a Christian Louboutin lipstick. I completely finished it, but it is actually just such a cute little shape, and it looks really nice in like flat lays and stuff like that. We have lots of bracelets in here, lots of old perfume bottles. I have these little pumpkins that I bought, I think I bought them last year to do a flat lay, like a fall themed flat lay. This is probably one of my favorite little boxes, but this has like lots of little rings and little props on them. It's a little dusty, so we're gonna have to get that cleaned up. But these pearl little headbands and stuff, so cute. Head clips, sorry, I should say, so cute to use. Have some shoes also over here in the bottom. These tables were sent to us by a brand called Mason Home. You would have seen in a vlog that I was creating some reels for them, but we use this kind of like all the time now as well to like shoot with. Old shoes, whenever like I have a pair of shoes, I've worn them, I'm not gonna use them anymore. They didn't fit me, or I realized they were so uncomfortable and they look good in a photo. We kind of just save them. Either the models will come and use them, or we use them for flat lays. And over here we have our props cabinet. We have so many props in here. I'm gonna do a complete tour of these cabinets very soon, and all of our props, just because there's so many of them and they deserve their own little moment. But we have in here like props from when we used to work with the coffee brand to create content. So we have all these kind of like kettles, teapots, glasses. We were looking for this cup and everybody was like, you took it home, you took it home. And I was like, did I? Found it. We have some brand products here. This is from a brand called EGA Wellness right over here. These are some products that we launched. These are ceramic flowers. And I had this idea of I wanted to have like all different types of flowers at Chancellor, and one of them would have been ceramic flowers. A full video on all of these props, this entire section tour is coming up. Usually when we do have a shoot, we have like this area like filled with props and filled with like client products and stuff like that here. So it's also a nice area to keep open and not designate like this is what's gonna happen here. Let's go ahead and jump into our studio. This is our photo studio, and this is probably the one area of our entire office we did invest our money into. We don't have like the capacity to do kind of everything at once. Also just really nice to also grow slowly. The walls used to be like this cream color, and I got them all painted into this pure white color. These window frames here on the side as well, and the door frames were also in that wooden color that you guys saw outside. I had them all painted in white. These glasses here were also like a yellowish, it had like a filter on it. Got them changed to these clear glasses as well. I put up these curtain rods with these blackout blinds. Blackout blinds are from Amazon, curtain rods are from IKEA. I might do like an in-depth tour of this room with all of the little things that we have. But right now, kind of this is what it looks like. We have actually installed like 2 air conditioning units in here to keep the room really cool. It gets so hot underneath the lights and the models start like sweating. I start sweating. But then also at the back here, we have these 3 shelves, and you've seen this in some of my videos as well. I sit right over here and I'll be like talking away, and that's like the background that I have. Everything in that background, I will show you guys some of like little things that I've kind of also collected and that I've kind of kept here. These little succulent ceramic from IKEA, bookshelves from IKEA. But then this camera here was a gift from my best friend when I turned 21. And it's a functioning Polaroid camera. You have to get like a special film for it, which at the moment I don't have because they expire actually. But right now we use it as a prop. And I remember I just wanted one of these cameras so badly. And at the time, like when she had purchased it online, like online purchasing was like a big thing, and like we tried really hard, and I think it came from the US or something like that. Then we also have, this was my first Fujifilm camera. I think I got this. This is the Instax Mini 8. And I think I got this a little bit after that other actual Polaroid camera. I think I was maybe like 22 or maybe even 21 at the time, but it doesn't work. I just love to use it as a prop. It's like a nice neutral black color. We also have like 2 more of these cameras. They're in like a blue color that I got as a gift for my wedding because people know I love these Instax cameras. And then I also have a green one that's part of like a more recent collection. A few other bits and bobs. This is from H&M. I got this in Dubai and I hauled it all the way here because at the time, this bubble kind of trend hadn't come to India at the time. This camera here is a Canon G11. This is like one of the first cameras, not that I had. I think my first camera would have been a Fujifilm or like one of those little like point and shoot cameras that you have, like it was back in 2005. I think I had my first camera and I used to take pictures of my friends. But yeah, this is a little Canon G11, a camera that my sister had given to me at the time, shot with it a lot, and kind of keep it as a little like humble beginnings. This camera right over here is a Sony camera, probably my only Sony camera that I have. And I got this on my 24th birthday from my now husband. And this is when I was like, wanted to start shooting, like being a vlogger. And this was back in 2016. And 8 years later, here we are, guys. All right, so lots of little things like that I've collected over the years. I'm not a hoarder, but I like to keep all the little things. And that is our studio tour. The only space I haven't shown you guys, and I might insert some B-roll of it right now, is behind this door over here. There's a little spiral staircase. Again, super romantic, and I like really wish we can make it something. I really wish. That is it for our office tour. It is a giant office. At one point, this place used to be just filled with products and things. Right now, it's looking a little empty, but we're gonna get there, guys. We're gonna make something happen. Think of this as like an intro kind of tour. As I like redo rooms, I will bring you guys along on that journey, and then I'll do a final tour one of these days, but it's gonna happen. This is me manifesting it. If you liked this studio tour, please do give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel. Let me know down below if you wanna see any more areas in depth or any kind of like BTS things that I've mentioned that you want like more details on and things. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.